Hola mi gente, hey guys, welcome to my channel, The Steal, where we'll talk about who is on point and who is on notice. Who's on point and who is on notice. Alright guys, I mean it's the end of another season, and ironically or not ironically, ending it very similarly, one and done. I'm as disgusted as the majority of the fans are right now. But we got to do this, so we're going to do it. Let's get into it. On point. No one. Not a goddamn person is on point this week. I didn't see, and I went over the game to the end. I don't see anyone playing well. Like, I think people played decent. To be honest with you, I think Russell Wilson played decent. You know? But I don't think anybody played well. I don't think anybody played exceptional. And so I'm not going to put anybody on point, because that's what on point is. You know what I mean? You are on point if you're playing well. Nobody did. From the running backs, I think they barely had carries amongst each other. Let's take a look to see here. On the box score. Najee, 6 carries. Jalen, 2. I can't assess performance on that stuff. You know what I mean? On the defensive side, anybody come out? I mean, TJ Watt was just whiffing. he was just he's tackling the running back. Meanwhile, the quarterback has the ball. I mean, it was a mess on defense. So on point, absolutely no one. No one on defense stuck out. No one on offense stuck out. I'm not giving anybody on point. On notice, you may have guessed it, Mike Tomlin. You are on notice, sir. And it hurts my heart to have to say that. But you're on notice. Notice one. And I was paying attention at the beginning of the game. We all know, and your grandmama, from last year, and maybe the year before, Jalen Warren is more of an effective running back than Najee. But I think Tomlin has some affinity to Najee, that he's not taking him out of the starting position. He should have been out of the starting position a long time ago. You didn't pick up his option next year. Why do you think? So why is he still starting when he's not effective? When we know that we have slow starts? Why haven't we tried it? You're not only just trying something new, but you're trying something that we see week in and week out, that Jalen is more productive in our scheme as a running back. Why isn't he starting? So right away, when I saw that, I'm like, are you doing what's best for the team, Mike Tomlin? Or because you have an affinity with Najee, you're not doing what's best for the team? So that's point number one. When I saw that, right away I was like, oh no, we in a load of trouble. Number two, why do we not have a sense of urgency? It's funny, I was watching the Washington game afterwards, and I was listening to a couple of commentators. One of the commentators says, by nature in Washington, they have a hurry-up offense. Meaning, just by nature, they speed up plays. They're boom, they're the next play, boom. And that's just the nature of their offense. This isn't a special hurry up because it's the last 2 minutes of the half and you're down to the last 2 minutes. No, they do this by nature. And I was saying this from before the game. Why didn't you start the game out with a sense of urgency? For a number of reasons. One, you're on a losing game skid. So you need that push as a team. Two, even when we're not on a losing game skid, we can't score on opening drives, let alone a touchdown on opening drives. So that's another push. Three, it's a playoff game. You know, you want them to be defending what we do. And regardless of how good a defense is or the defense is, you know it's always the Achilles heel? Right? Because it makes fools out of all of us is fatigue. And when you keep them on the field because you're in no hurry, and they can't do the substitutions as they would like, and people are having to stay on the field, doesn't matter how good they are, they're going to get tired, and they're going to get exhausted, they're going to get tired. It's funny that the commentator said that Washington the nature of what they do is more of a hurry up offense. We should have did a hurry up offense from the beginning of the game. But in the second half, you don't come out in the second half and do that. You're down 21-0. Where's your sense of urgency? So yeah, we did score 21-7. They scored 28-7. Then we scored 20-40. But everything should have been no huddle. Because, we don't got a minute to lose. That's how much we're down. You should have started the game like that. So I question once again, as a coach, where is your sense of urgency to win this game? You have to try and do something different. Give them a different look for Baltimore. You didn't. Third part for Mike Tomlin and why you're on notice. You're the head coach. So the DC and the OC, they're coaches in their own right with their line, with their respective offensive, defensive lines. But you're the head coach. What you go says, right? What you says goes. What you say go, right? I loved what we did the game before on defense in Cincinnati. We rushed that quarter. It was Blitzburg reincarnated. Now with Lamar, you have to be careful because of his speed. But my question to you is, why aren't we at least picking our spots to blitz and bringing the pressure? You know which one of those spots? And I was calling like, come on, is when they were going down the field for the first time, and we had them at 3rd and 13, right? And they were in field goal territory, but we had them in 3rd and 13. Bring the package. Lamar had so much time going back and forth, and then finally whipped it in the end zone for a touchdown. Bring everything. Don't have him have that time. You just saw in that play he needed all that time to find someone. But we're not doing it in hindsight. Before the play, it's 3rd and 13. Get them off the field. If on their first drive we stop them to 3-0, that's a win. Bring the pressure on 3rd and 13. That's the time you bring that pressure on 3rd and 13. You do nothing? I saw the Blitzburg. I saw Blitzburg in Cincinnati. I didn't see no Blitzburg in Baltimore. And it's on a point in time. Third and anything. 3rd and 2, maybe not. But 3rd and 5 or longer. Bring the pressure, man. Once again, what's the underlying sense of urgency? There's no sense of, you gotta have a sense of urgency to get that ball back. Where is it? So when I brought up that point about you're the head coach, right? So what you say goes. You have the last word with OC and DC. So when you know it's 3rd and 13, you go DC. You go to your DC, Terrell Austin, blitz. Bring that blitz now. I want that blitz on 3rd and 13. Bring it now. Done. He radios into your captain on defensive line. Bring that blitz back. Boom. Done. Why aren't you doing that as a coach? So, for those points, and probably a number of others that I've missed, you are on notice, Mike Tomlin. And not only on notice, but I appreciate you not having a losing season, but that can't be the standard anymore. You can't be one that does. And come on, I listen to some commentators, and I can't even disagree with them. They're like, it's not even that you lost, even though we expected it's how you lost. There's no fight. There's no fight. What the commentator at the end of the first half said, my concern is that there's no fight. No sense of urgency, no will to win. Where is it? We don't have Steeler teams that don't have any will to win. And at no time in this game did you ever think that Pittsburgh had a chance to win. Just no time. You saw the Denver game in Buffalo, boom, 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 touchdown, 7-0 Denver. There was a time in the game that I said, could Denver win this? Why couldn't we at least have that opportunity to say, could Steelers win this? At no time in that game did anyone ever, in the nth of world, in their second life, in their third life, in their fourth life, ever think that Pittsburgh had a chance to win that game. That's what's sad about it. That's what's sad about it. Listen, I don't want to go on and on, but because I'm disappointed. But I'm disappointed in the lack of adjustments made. And specifically to the teams or even to the times of the downs. There's no sense of urgency, and there's no adjustments being made. You need off season, right? The offensive coordinator needs to go and study what Russell did in Seattle and speak to Russell and say, you know what? I'm going to give you a number of successful plays that you did in Seattle. You give me your top 20. Because if you're going to bring Russell back, you have to do that. Top 20 to top 30. And you work those plays in to the offense. What I see in Seattle with Russell is booting out and rolling out all the time. He's best when he's on the run. He can pass on the run like that, accurately. And he can run and dive too, right? We've seen him run. He just doesn't want to dive and then fumbles the ball when he gets hit. You know what I mean? You need to pick out his best 20 to 30 plays, incorporate them, so he feels even more comfortable. You need to do that from jump. You need to put the best players at the positions they're best at, right? When Fitzpatrick came over from Miami, when he got him in the trade, I think he was free safety, and he was picking people off right, left. You got to put him back in that position to succeed, right? Beanie Bishop, 31. Did he even play? I don't even think he got 6 snaps in Cincinnati. He got an interception. I don't even think he played that. Come on. 20 Sutton, no offense, this should be Sutton's last year in Pittsburgh. He was a liability. And not only was he a liability, but he's taking Beat Bishop's place. I don't think Beat Bishop got a snap. I'm going to try and see how many snaps he got. That's ridiculous. As many times as he gets the ball back from us and he's not playing on a playoff game? Come on. That's out of control too. So there's a number of things. Jalen, he has to start. I think there's a Jonty, I forget his name. He was a runner-up to the Heisman, a running back. I really want to go for him because we can't bring Najee back, right? Jalen needs to start and or rotate with a draft pick that we might be able to, if we trade up, might be able to get in the first round. But regardless of all that, we need to do better preparation, right? On a defensive side in what we're doing. Because I can't believe it. TJ Watt was whiffing everywhere. He was tackling the wrong people. You know what I mean? He was tackling the running back, and meanwhile, Lamar had the ball. I'm like, where you going, TJ? Did he get one sack? Did he get one pressure? I mean, it was disgusting. And you have to give him different formations. You can't keep him to a side. You have to keep him switching, right? If there's a weak guard, you got to put him on him. Cross routing. You've got to give TJ an opportunity, more of an opportunity to get to the back. Get your best players in the best positions to succeed. I don't know. I can't say it any more clear. Slayton from the Giants, I think he's a free agent. Look to acquire him. Did anybody have Jefferson on the bingo card that he'd get a touchdown? Listen, these wide receivers at 19, they're good. They're just not getting the ball. They can make plays for you. 18, who we got from the Jets, they can make plays for you, but you're just not giving them the ball. So Calvin Austin, I think he's a free agent, but he's done well for us this year. Darnell Washington, you need to give him a summer objective. Give him a nutritionist, pay for it. He needs to lose 30 pounds before he gets back in. You want to know why? Because he's athletic, he's a great blocker, but we're going to need him to catch more. He needs to be our first string tight end because Freiermuth, I've given up on you. I don't care if you catch 8 out of 10 balls in the game. When the 2 balls you don't catch is one at the end of the game that we need you to catch to win the game and you drop it, or the first play of the game of the playoffs when you're wide open and they throw you the ball and you drop it, or let's go back to Freiermuth. How is it that all we need you to do is stretch for 1 yard for our first down? And I don't even see the effort in you doing that. Tight ends across the world, across the nation, have been bullying and pushing. You see Goddard, Philadelphia, stiff arm, touchdown. But you can't even stretch for one. Listen, I looked to see if there was even an effort Just because you knew where the first down mark, everybody and their grandma knew where the first down marker was, and I didn't even see an effort to try and stretch for that first down marker. No, I'm out. Sorry, Fryermuth. I'm out on you. I'm out on you. You want to be here? Great, but you should not be our first string tight end because I've seen all I need to see from you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So give my man Washington, nutritionist, tell him to lose 30 pounds. He's our first string tight end if he can get that done. Point blank period. Mike Williams, he's the guy from the Jets, 18. You see him make the catch? And Jefferson. These wide receivers that a lot of people, they can do the job. You just have to give them the ball and give them the opportunity, and they can make the catch. We saw it. I've seen it throughout the year. I knew these guys can do it. You just got to give them an opportunity and put the ball in his hands. And why aren't we getting fun? There was a reason when Ben was, I remember I think we went 11-0, he says all he's doing is making short, small passes and quick passes. Because you know what? It avoids him taking the sack. And I don't know why you're not developing or implementing short routes for these receivers, 5 to 7 yards, so it's quick, bang, bang, quick, bang, bang. Why aren't you doing that? Because you got to listen. I can't go any further. I'm gonna lose my voice. This was the first wild card playoff week. Pittsburgh Steelers against Baltimore, losing 28-14. And don't let that score fool you. It wasn't that close. I mean, I hope you enjoyed this season. Sorry I started late, but hopefully we ended with a bang. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any future videos. Until next time, the Steel. I'll try periodically in the offseason come out with a video and a podcast. So don't worry, I'm gonna keep spitting them out. But until next time, until next season, deuces.